That's right. Uh-oh. Oh, our X is still messing up. I don't know what's going on with that. But everybody, welcome to Dray's Junkies. We are finally back. It's been a long time coming. A little hiatus there. I was Mr. Dirty Dray and I have just been terribly busy, but we're back. And yeah, got some good stuff to talk about today. Some port conditions, holidays, what we have seen at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Stars, Stripes, and White Lines Truck Show, and much more. So, as always, stay junky. Get ready to kick some cans. This is the Drayage Junkie. Mr. Talamo, what do you say?
What's up, buddy?
And it's good to be back, man. Good to be back. I think I dodged the truck flu. I'm still not 100% from this weekend, but getting back in the groove, man. It's good to have a break finally.
Right? I'd say that I missed you, man, because we hadn't been on the show for a couple of weeks, but considering the fact that we hung out all weekend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a fun weekend, dude. That's what I was telling Pedro. I was like, this might have been my favorite show of the year. But I don't know. They're all my favorite, but this one was cool. You know, just the nice little end of the year family reunion. Last time we were gonna get to see each other pretty much for I don't know what, probably like 5 months, 4 months.
Yeah, so probably.
Oh, I guess I'll probably see Bobby and Steve at that show in Alabama, but that's only for a day, which kind of sucks. But yeah, man, long time till Mets. Unless we find another show to go to in like February, which they're
I
actually.
think there's one in. Spencer was talking about one in Florida in February.
Oh yeah, the Florida Truck Show. So it's
Yeah.
like the same people that put on the Texas Truck Show and the California Truck Show. That'd be good for us, dude, because I feel like there's going to be probably a lot more port carriers there than anywhere else we'd find. But I don't know. Apparently, it's like really small where they have it at this convention center. It's like super difficult for these trucks to back into it or even just get in there. So I don't know. But it sounds like fun, though. I'll go hang out in Miami, especially after the wintertime. But we'll see. We'll see. So what have you been up to, man? What?
You getting any snow up there?
Yeah, we got a little dusting yesterday. Nothing crazy, but enough to walk outside and stand in the snow for a little bit. This has been damn cold, dude. It's like 32 and windy right now. And then this weekend is going to be like 70 degrees.
Yeah, and they wonder why everybody gets sick.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But whatever. I don't think I'll get sick. Everybody's been talking about it, but I've just been out and about and around a bunch of people. And if you don't get sick after a truck show like that, I don't know when you will. Because that was the same thing pretty much. Like what, 60, 70 in the afternoon, and then at nighttime get down in the 40s. Got rained on. A lot of junk. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I just didn't know if I had a delay or not. My internet has been acting up. But what you got pulled up down here? Over here.
I was just pulling that up right there. So a couple weeks ago when I was when we had to cancel on Tuesday, I was actually at this right here, and they just announced the show for next year, which is going to be October 27th, 29th. But this is a really cool show. It's the first one we've ever been to. My friends over there at Paperboy Trucking, Lindell and Roxanne actually turned us on to this one, and they were there as well. But this was really neat, man. I mean, you had all the steamship lines representation there. You had freight forwarders there. You had direct customers there. I mean, Ashley Furniture, Nike. I mean, I could go on and on. There was just a ton of customers there. Our friends with DCLI and Rapid Link Repair, they were there. Got to chit chat with them a little bit. They recognized me from the show. Apparently, they've watched the show before. So yeah, it was a cool event. It's right there at in Keo Island in Charleston. So anybody wants a good show to go to, I know our friend Adam talked about break bulk as well for next year. But definitely looking forward to adding more of these to the agenda for next year as well.
So are there like companies there that like do imports and stuff, like
Oh yeah,
manufacturers?
Yeah, everybody from the steamship lines themselves to the actual shippers themselves, to the steamship lines. Like we had conversations with Hapag Lloyd and with MSC. Like I said, some freight forwarders. There was a big discussion talking about the inland port and what the new rail system coming directly out of Hugh Leatherman how it's going to impact not only the upstate of South Carolina, but how it's going to impact, kind of the whole entire country, pulling stuff and bringing it up into there, and then continuing with Norfolk Southern and CSX across the country coming out of there. So it's definitely going to open up South Carolina, the port of South Carolina, to help feed the remainder of the country as well. So it was pretty cool to hear their story and everything they had going on there. So
that is cool. I didn't know that about the rail stuff. We'll have to dig into that, but yeah, that would be neat, man. Go and chat it up with some of the steamship lines, see what's going on. Need to find, dude. We need, we need to do. We need to go to we need to find conventions like this at ports that suck and just go raise hell. But like, bring a representative from South Carolina,
right?
But like, y'all want to know how to make this better? Look at these guys.
Yeah.
You get kicked out. Can you get banned from a port?
Oh yeah.
Steve Talamo and Hunter Woodfin are not allowed to pull any fucking containers from my port. Have to go under
companies can get banned. I mean, carriers and stuff can get banned from ports if they do some stuff that not following the rules, for sure.
Yeah, but is speaking your mind one of those stipulations?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I had a good time with the Houston stuff, which sadly is coming to an end. My customers, freight forwarder, reached into their pocket. They're saving. I don't know how they're doing it, and I bet they will come back. But yeah, they're saying that they can save like $600 per container. And I was like, from Houston to Dallas, like market rate was like 1,400. So I don't know who they're getting at like $900. I was only charging like 1,500 per can, just for the headache, But
now everybody always thinks, everybody always thinks they can get it done cheaper. But then once they realize that cheap doesn't always pay for customer service, that a lot of times it ends up coming back, because all they got to do is pay for a few detentions or demurrage or whatever, or damaged containers if they whatever. I mean, those things are pretty expensive, right? With what the cargo that they have in there. So, because are they the wine ones or?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because see, that's another thing too. Because like, if this was like normal drayage, I'd understand it. But like with it being wine, you got to have an alcohol license. Also, you have to have the insurance to cover, which, not everybody has that. Like, shit, even on Drayage.com, I was reaching out to folks that, read on their profile, it said that they had all that. And then they emailed me back and said, no, we don't. Like, all right, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It was honestly, dude, Port of Houston was very easy to navigate. I'm a big fan. So you need to get them trucks down there. I know you've been talking about it.
Yeah, we were talking about doing that. I was actually having a conversation with Lindell and team the other day when we had a meeting together about what we can expand both on our asset side as well as theirs to expand into some of these other ports, but Houston definitely being one of them. So. Yeah.
Well, heck yeah.
So yeah, this was one of the events that I was at that we weren't able to have the show for. I know you've had some stuff going on too, both with what you were just talking about right here, dealing with the containers coming out of Houston and the fun and joys that you got to deal with there, being on not only the broker side of it, but kind of the asset side of it as well.
Yeah, and it's our peak season right now, so I'm just getting absolutely flooded with new customers and current customers. But yeah, I don't like missing the shows, but now we're in the slow season, or getting there at least. because yeah, I mean, back to back stuff. Like, went to that conference in Chicago that immediately that weekend, and then yeah, you were at that conference, and then just busy, and then Atlanta. I've been able to slow down, dude. Not a whole lot of kicking up your feet time.
Yeah. We'll get to the news in a second, but you just mentioned Atlanta, so I mean, what better way to
Heck yeah.
So well, he's walking away but
oh no,
we've talked about the movement, right? And all the different truck shows and the events like Matt's and different events that had no representation whatsoever of drayage, and hats off to Rapid Link Repairs and DCLI Chassis with having the first representation right there of chassis. They had a tent too. Unfortunately, we meant to take this picture earlier in the day and we totally forgot. So in the evening before it wrapped up, we made sure we got a picture of the chassis there. But yeah, hats off to those guys. They had a tent there. They were talking to a lot of people about chassis and whatnot. So it was cool to see it. Obviously, the movement will continue as we continue through these events. And one day there will be that Drayage Junkies container, custom container on one of these chassis that'll start roaming around the show.
Yep. And we'll be selling sponsorship spots on that container for a very reasonable price.
We got to
dude. Yeah, we need to get in touch with them because I'm interested to see the feedback they got during the show, because this is how scatterbrained I was there, dude. Literally sitting there, I just looked at the chassis and I was like, huh. I wonder where the container is. I thought that they brought it just to bring some stuff in. And then you finally wrapped it around dude, they had a tent. And I was like, wow. I'm just so enamored by just being there.
Well, maybe that beverage that was in your hand right there may not have played.
I wasn't even day drinking that day, dude. This is Friday. And then I looked over, I was like, oh, cool. But I don't know. That was a big show, dude. I don't even know how many miles I walked. Had to at least be a half a marathon. Especially freaking Saturday night when I was trying to get on the track, dude. I walked from where we were sitting at in front of the stage all the way past Brandon's trailer, all the way to the edge over there, around the fence, trying to find some way in, and then back in between where the two workshops were. And then when you met me, that's where I finally stopped. And that was from the bottom of the freaking park and wash lot. So, I mean, that's probably at least 2 miles right there. So, yeah, definitely need to bring some wheels. Shout out to Jimmy Durden for not realizing his freaking trailer wasn't big enough for his golf cart.
Well, he's got a true 4-seater side-by-side Polaris Ranger. So I mean, it was a little bit too wide, or it was either too wide or too long for.
I think it was too wide. That's what I was like, how'd you get it to your house? He was like, I used to have a skid steer, and I was like, okay. Well, what's your plan now? I guess he lives on a bunch of land. I forgot about that.
Well, it's crazy because every time we have one of these, I always say I'm going to bring my trailer and I'm going to bring my golf cart. But I always do the mistake of asking for permission first. And I was asking them when we were in semi-casual. I was talking to them and I was like, hey, can I bring this? Can I bring that? Oh, no. You got to have a special permit for the golf, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, again, another show we get to, and there's just golf carts rolling all around, and there was plenty of spot for me to have my trailer sitting there. So next time
here's my theory on that. So I think it comes down to liability. So if you ask, hey, can I bring my golf cart? And they're like, sure. And then, you get freaking ran over by a truck, or something happens and be like, oh, well, he said I could bring it here, rather than, because they're not going to say anything to you. I mean, we've seen it. People riding 4-wheelers and golf carts and mini bikes and all kinds of shit at these shows. So, yeah, just start bringing it, dude. Save us a lot of pair of shoes and knees and everything, man.
So you were having a tough time getting on the track, you said?
I'm finding my way in there. Now I got yelled at by that cop. He wasn't very good with his...
I wish I sent myself that video, but I forgot to send it to be able to pull it up on here because I got it on my phone. But shout out to Truck Show Joe, letting do some laps around the track in his truck, man. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, freaking killer, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next year, definitely gonna be playing it a lot more. I'm gonna see like, because I mean, we had the media passes, dude. I'm sure it wouldn't have been that much to like ask them if we could run around the track, you know? Because I mean, cameraman Joe was able to do that, Joe Ubo, but I don't know. It's just another one of those learning years, dude. Never think about it before it's too late, and then you know, kind of miss out on some stuff. That is crazy. So he got it in his truck, and he got it in someone else's truck, right?
Yeah. There was a blue. It was a blue Peterbilt. I forgot who it was that owned that one, but yeah, he was able to jump into that one as well. That one didn't go as fast. He said that one only topped out at like 65 around the track. Kind of stayed kind of low.
I think he said it was governed.
Yeah, but I think he hit like 85 or 90 in the other one, which is crazy. I mean, that thing was, it was insane watching those guys go around. Even that blue and yellow one, the guy that won it. I mean, I think he was hitting speeds of like 102 and 105, and I mean,
pulling trailer too, man. Yeah,
man.
He was hauling ass, dude. I was on the track when he was running, and I was like, damn. But yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. Like, it takes a minute for your brain to process it. It's like, freaking, especially on those embankments, dude. I'd be freaked out to like tip it or lose that back end, because that's what Brandon was talking about. Like in that first curve right there, is like, dude, you have to freaking like kind of roll in slow and then gun it out. But yeah, he hit 115, and he was only in 11th gear, dude. He still had 2 more to go.
Dang.
Said the people in front of him slowed him down. But yeah, because like last year you had people hitting like 130, and they didn't have a pace car, and I think they were going like one by one, just like you can go out there and just run it. So yeah, had a bunch of people just going crazy. But yeah, I think someone stepped on the track and got injured. I actually know who it was. I won't say it on the show.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Kind of funny how that happened.
Right.
But well, heck yeah, dude, that was an awesome time. Anybody watching, if you're not making an effort to go to truck shows, you need to. It really gives you a great appreciation for not only what you do, but the people that allow you to have a job. Because without truck drivers, we don't have trucking, we don't have logistics, and we don't have jobs. And there's some cool cats out there. You can learn something. And it's also a great thing to talk to your customers and prospects about. Keeping it relevant. But well, heck yeah. Well, let's get over to this news right here. So brought to you by trucknewshub.com. Trucking news at your fingertips, made easy for people like you, people like me. So oops, let's get this pulled up. So right here we got China suspends port fees, signals warming trade ties with the U.S. That's from, what is it, Meta's Global News. Oh, is it only showing one at a time? No. That's lame. I don't know why it's doing that. It won't let me show both screens. And then on this other news article, we got U.S. container imports to hit slowest pace in nearly 3 years after amid tariff uncertainty. Is that the one that we were talking about? Yes, it is. Where do you want to start with this, Steve? Because I mean, these were both released yesterday,
and they're side by side, right?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. So things are
getting worse than ever. This is the beauty of truckandnewshub.com, people. You don't just see one side; you see it all. It's just raw. But I mean, all right, let's talk about this here. So, because I mean, we're seeing a lot of this. So I guess they're having some sort of trade truce. So they suspend port fees, and I don't know what that means. Yeah, shipping probes, suspension of port fees, special port fees for a year. U.S. Okay. And then, yeah. So everybody's on the same page except for gcaptain.com. Things are getting terrible.
But that's the good part, right? When you get more than one view in it, right? Because if you're just watching, we'll call it CNN, right? You're going to get one view of everything, right? And one reporter's opinion or whatever. But if you flip back and forth between different news organizations, you can see a different opinion, or in some cases, a totally different perspective on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one thing that, you know, we kind of brought to the table with Trucking News Hub, because it's like you can see it all in one area, right? And in this case right here, it's like one is saying, hey, things are getting better, things are on the uptick, you know, the fees are blah blah blah, and then the other one, it's doom and gloom, sell your furniture, you know, sell your firstborn child, right? Time to pay for everything, like, you know, nobody's gonna be making any money. So, and we've been you know, knock on wood, we've still been busy, right? We some of the Walmarts and Amazons and stuff like that are just over capacity with what's coming in with the containers. So, you know, we've had a lot of transloading that we've brought to Andrew and his team over there at Southeast Transportation Express. I think we brought there was a couple containers that came in that had handbags on it that was going to Ross department store, and then he had some more containers that came in that almost filled up his warehouse completely with what came in, that had some stuff in it for Amazon. So, you know, and obviously they're, you know, they have their own facilities. So if they're needing transloading, that's saying that, you know, the capacity on where they're having, both from their employees to be able to unload it and docks to be able to unload it, are full. So it's definitely does not seem to be slowing down. On our side, our asset side, it's still very heavy export still. You know, we had a few new import customers that came in, but we're still extremely heavy on export that's coming out of the country. So, you know, the tariffs that other countries seem to have put on us, you know, haven't stopped sales, put it that way. You know, might have increased a little bit. Obviously, we don't see the financial side of it on that side, but, you know, there definitely hasn't impacted them enough where they stop moving stuff, because it's still been really really good.
Yeah. No, and it's saying in this article, it's just worded really, so it's not a doom and gloom article. It's just saying that, you know, like right here, this quote, it says, "We spent most of the year worried about the impact on tariffs on both inflation and the supply chain, but the holiday season is here and mitigation efforts have appeared to pay off." So, you know, everybody, store shelves are well stocked and the effect of prices is minimized. So, like, largely thanks to retailers taking steps like front loading imports during times of lower delayed tariff increase, or absorbing the cost themselves. So, yeah, everybody was just kind of freaking out, and so they have no need to import as much, which is cool. I mean, that's an interesting, I wonder if that's going to be like something that people hold on to, you know, just kind of front loading, so you're not having that huge scramble at the end, and, you know, kind of even things out throughout the year. But yeah, on the on the trade ties, so it looks like the U.S. Made the first move without suspending its port fees for Chinese vessels, and so China did the same in return. So I mean, it's good, you know, two of the largest economies in the world. I knew something would have to happen. Like, nothing's ever going to be perfect in it, but, you know, we can't just charge the hell out of each other, because both economies are going to suffer from it. Not really helping the dollar become a dollar again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It is good to see. I mean, you know, a lot of exports, you know, and then even during those times, like, a lot of people shopping in America, buying more local stuff. But let's see, just Vincent. Huh. I didn't know the U.S. Was in cahoots with one of these South Korea shipbuilders. I guess they're one of the major ones that do a lot of our vessel building. Did we build any vessels in the U.S.?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Go let my dog outside. Yeah, I guess we do.
I got a video. I got a video right now pulled up. I don't know how to pull it over to. So if you go into the cans email.
Yeah. Oh, let's see if I can get in there.
You're a little bit more techie than me on this.
Man. Will you type the password into our private chat?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, folks. It's been a while. We're sort of knocking off the rust here. It'll let me freaking copy it. Okay. Boom. Okay. Did you? Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Stop sharing that. Oops. So is this Ethan riding around the track?
Yeah. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Dude, Joe's truck, his setup was so bad.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Does Ethan have the video of him from the inside?
He doesn't. Why am I getting an echo?
Are you getting an echo from me?
Yeah, just started happening when this video up.
What about now?
Yeah, now it's gone.
Oh, I don't know. That's weird.
Well, he filmed it with Truck Show Joe's camera from inside, so he was still waiting on him to send it. But there's a bunch of videos that'll come out on his platform because there was a camera that was actually inside that Ford that was on the trailer filming, and then Ethan had the one in his hand sitting in the passenger seat from inside the cab. So there'll be some, but he doesn't have that one yet.
Is he going to get into videography, or is he just going to stick with the pictures the whole time?
I don't know. He likes the pictures. The video stuff, he still just does that kind of with his phone, but he likes the pictures better.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna get on that Tex level here soon.
Oh, that was cool too to be able to have Tex at the show, and staying with us for Ethan to be able to pick his brain as well. That was really cool.
Yeah, shout out to Tex, dude. He got these pictures from him. You can't hardly see them, but yeah, I need to get them framed. Freaking cool as heck, man.
Yeah, man, he had that one that he donated for the auction. I think that thing went for like $400 or $500. That was
I think
really neat.
I think he said it went for 400.
Yeah,
which I mean, cool. Yeah, to develop that huge picture, and then I think he gets like custom frames made with museum glass, so it doesn't have any glare on it. So I guess I'm gonna have to get a fancy frame for mine. I don't even know what size that picture is. I don't even know if I could get like a normal frame for it. I'd have to get someone to make it, which I'm here for it. But yeah, dude, him walking around with like that little German camera the whole time, dude, like that's what cracks me up the most, dude. Like when he breaks out the old stuff, dude, people just sit there and stare at him. It's like, what is this man doing? But yeah, I like that stuff. And how he does the developments and all that too. He's like, yeah, just take pictures and hope they look good. And just remind myself I'll find out in 6 to 7 days.
Yeah, right. And then he had that old camera that he bought that had film in it. And I think everybody was kind of waiting for him to develop that to see what was on there. But he said the only picture that actually came out on it, and that thing was like, I forgot how old he said that that film was. But he was only able to make out that it was like you could tell it was kind of like a baby, but it was hard to make out what was on there. But
was that the ghost one that he posted up a long time ago?
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I just sent a picture over of Ethan with one of those cameras on his neck.
Oh yeah. Gang. I
was hoping our friends with Rapid Link were going to join. Oh, yeah, that's his regular cam. Yeah, that's you guys. That was pretty cool. There's text right there.
Yeah. Did you send another one?
Yeah, there's another one.
Oh yeah, that's the old German one.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Rolevex. Yeah. Super cool. He loves that one though. That's like Texas's favorite. He didn't break out the big one though. I don't think.
So here's something to think about. Do you think when that camera came over to the States that it was on a container at one point? How did it get here?
I don't
And
know.
did it come on a container?
I'm trying to think. Well, what year did he say it was? Like a 1930s camera?
But did somebody buy some stuff over there? Had it shipped over here? Was it mailed over? Did it come over on,
I mean, yeah, if that was like pre-World War II, that camera's seen a lot of history, man. Could have been taken off of someone's neck, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to ask him on that. I don't know where he gets these cameras from. But that would be neat to like be able to trace that back. Like, I don't know if they probably wouldn't have documents to go back that far, but
right.
Yeah, if that camera could talk.
That's a little glimpse of our sweet patio. But if Hunter ever needs a new line of work, he really should be a travel Airbnb extraordinaire. This man, in every event we've gone to so far, he has found the absolute best Airbnbs for us to stay in. And this one that he just found for us in Hampton. I mean, first of all, it was literally like 5 minutes to the track. You pulled out of the park, you pulled out of our driveway, and you just drove straight, and you drove right into the track. So he's always really good on. I mean, Kentucky was the same way with, yeah, we were right there by the. We were pulled out and drove straight, and you were pretty much right there at the convention center. So you did good there too. But even though we were sketched out when we first pulled in it, but the inside looked great. But this place right here was awesome.
Oh, Louisville.
Yeah, this place in Hampton was really cool. So if anybody ever needs just struggling to find the best Airbnb they can possibly find, man, hit up Hunter, man. Pedro tried doing it, but he was going to have us way too far away. So Hunter had to step in there and get something.
I know, dude. This man's trying to tell me where everything is. I was like, bro, you forget that's where I'm from. Yeah, it says it's close, but you ever tried to drive through freaking McDonough, Georgia? I think you'll understand. Oh yeah, here's the Airbnb. We'll show off a little bit. This thing is super sick. This one looks like a trap house too. But yeah, here's the front of it.
I can't believe nobody got drunk enough to take a picture sitting on the bowl.
They don't want to leave that back porch, man. The thing was comfy.
Right?
Yep. And there was all the gang right there. Posted up. Pedro's always sneaking them pictures. Oh, yeah, it was Spencer and them. Dang, I wish I would have gotten some of those cigars. I didn't get a sign either. Yeah, this place was neat. I wonder what year it was built. I never looked that up. What was the 13?
Oak Street.
Huh? What was the address? 13 Oak Street, you said?
Mm-hmm. Keep waiting for some of our friends from Rapid Link or DCLI to jump in the comments and so they can come on and tell us about the show.
Did you holler at him?
I tagged him in a few posts.
Let's see. Dude, that house was built in 1906.
Dang.
Yeah, it was sold in 2007 for, let's see. Where did it say that at? $73,000.
Wow. Well, I know the picture that I don't know if it was the Google Earth or the Google whatever it was that Tex found originally when we sent the address, but he's like, we're really staying here. But it was probably when it first started going under construction.
Oh, yeah, right. I got the picture right here.
Yeah,
Freaking.
everybody was worried. Yeah, we're staying there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's pretty ratted out right there.
Oh, wow. Flip over to the right. I didn't even realize that. So the driveway wasn't even there. Over to the right. Like where we drove down the driveway.
Yeah, that's where
yeah.
Dang, I wonder how long this house is abandoned for. Yeah, 1906, dude. Bunch of ghosts. Yeah, that was freaking sweet. Good times. But yeah, that's like my new favorite game now. Find the Airbnb. Honestly, I was talking to Pedro about that. We need to go ahead and lock one down for Matt's.
Or if we can get that same place.
Yeah, it just all depends on who's staying with us. It worked for you, me, and Ethan, but I don't know.
Well, if you get it soon enough, I mean,
Well, I'm wondering how we can get another big one, dude. If we have like the same crew that we have this year, we're at that in Atlanta. Because I mean, that's like, dude, that was like so clutch. Like per person, like $700 or $250 for the whole weekend. Like you can't even get a hotel for that.
No.
We're sleeping in freaking luxury.
Yeah, they definitely did that place up right. It was I mean, even all the furniture in those little like sitting rooms with the couches and stuff. I know Spencer and Sean, they definitely concocted and had a lot of mind time sitting in those chairs right there in those little sitting rooms. So
yeah, I was just soaking it up outside. Oh, be sure to leave a note about the propane tank at that place. I was a little upset we didn't get our campfire experience.
it's probably best, to be honest with you, because somebody probably would have walked away with some burn up shoes or something.
Yeah, I've melted boots. Seen it a million times. But I like those, dude. I have one here. Like it puts off heat, but I don't know. Those propane ones, man, they're safe, but it does burn through them. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we definitely need to get in touch with Rapid Link and DCLI. I want to talk to them about that and then our idea, the container, and then maybe get Philip from Hammer Lift to get up on board with that, dude. I mean, it's already happened, okay? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't believe in manifestation, okay, Steve and I have literally got a freaking chassis to the Truck Builders National Championship. So anything's possible.
Is real.
I know, dude. I was like, it didn't even click with me, man. Because like when they said that they're gonna bring it, I was like, heck yeah, and just like never heard anything about it. Because I literally would have printed off like some, like we would have definitely made up a petition, you know, the movement, just a clipboard, sign your name, take a pamphlet.
In sponsorship for this container, I mean, can you just imagine your name on a container that's going to be doing laps around the Atlanta Motor Speedway?
Yeah. And be driving down the highway and sitting at the shows, man. People are going to want to see it. That's the thing. Like, you don't see them ever. So if it shows up and it's nice, big, bright, and shiny, I mean, dude, we could do so much stuff with that. Get hooked up with those guys that had that freaking Suburban, put a badass sound system in there, get hooked up with some lights. Talk to our boys over there at Roadworks. Yeah, we'll just be a mobile advertisement / chill area.
The mobile podcast studio.
Yeah, I don't even know if we need couches, man. We'll just get a bunch of beanbags in there. It'd be so sick.
We'll get Spencer to put in some cigar chairs.
Yeah, but get some good ventilation. Put a gin set on that bad boy. That'd be awesome. That's what I did. I meant to bring that up to Brandon Carpenter for his bar trailer because he's talking about putting AC in there, and I'm like, dude, just put in just pop a reefer on the front of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can set it to like 70 degrees. Perfect. Get a nice APU for that joint. Well, I guess you wouldn't even need that for the reefer itself, but you can buy cheap reefers, dude. I've seen someone actually cut out a hole in the wall of their shop and put in a Thermo King.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Those things, I mean, they work. I know when I was out there in Dallas doing work for PCT, I'd get a little warm and go hang out in the trailer. Just don't get locked in there. It wouldn't be fun. But yeah, Brandon's talking about adding another trailer onto the bar car situation there.
He's about to turn from a single wide to a double wide.
I know, dude. I love it, man. He gets so jazzed up about it, like, because I think, he said he has 10 of those trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Those aluminum ones. So
it's such a cool idea. It's such a cool idea just to hang out. I mean, he's got, there's lights in there. There's a bar in there. I mean, it's just a cool atmosphere, especially then when Long Haul Paul comes in and sits there and jams and stuff. It's a really cool environment and atmosphere.
Yeah. You don't even realize it either because I was sitting at the front of the, up by the bar this whole time. And I didn't realize how packed it got. I remember at Matt's though, dude, like had like 100 people just surrounded. You walk past and people are like, "Oh shit, dude, that's a bar." But hey, I mean, dude, but that's honestly, man, that's where you make some of the best friendships too, man. You never know who's gonna walk through those doors.
Is that where you met Bobby and Steve?
So I met Bobby and Steve. So me and my buddy Joe were at Large Cars and Guitars, and we were just like sitting out in the crowd. And Bobby and Steve just like sat next to us, and then I had a couple jars of moonshine. The rest is history. But yeah, they already knew like Brandon and all of them, so kind of kicked it off pretty good. And that was only my second truck show, I believe. First one was Matt's, and then we got introduced to everybody kind of there, and then, but yeah, it's crazy to think it's only been a year since I've really known everybody. But some of the best people on earth, I'll tell you that much.
Agreed. Actually, when you just had Trucking News Hub open there a second ago, pop that back up because Bobby actually had a story that went to that Overdrive actually purchased, and then they had it on their thing. So once they launched it, we were actually able to pull it over. So we actually go to Trucker Stories. There it is.
Oh, yeah, the one with little blue.
Yeah, and that's the one that went to. That was the one that was featured on Overdrive. So you get more than just trucking news on this thing too. You get all kinds of. You get truck pics from these shows. Bobby does a great job of Trucker Stories. Then eventually we'll continue. Actually, if you go to the port one, I think Brian added. I think he added a new port to it. I'm over here clicking the box like I can actually select it.
My roommate left my dog out in the cold, so he
yelled. Yeah, I think
what are you trying to click on?
I think he added a new port. So if you go over there to Logistics Services and go down to the port cams, I think he added a new port. No, drop down. Yeah, go to port cams. It's up top. There you go. And then did he add a new one?
Oh, Port of Virginia.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's one port I've yet to get into. And everybody swears by it.
What's going on in Houston? I think Houston's on there too, isn't it? Let's see what's going on in Houston.
Bayport, Barber's Cut. So this is where I was pulling my containers, and this is where we're having to return them over to Barber's Cut. Kind of. Huh. I wonder where this one's running from. Oh, it's pretty small.
Yeah, it's like a little, what do they call it? A little bar, like a little, I don't think that one's going very far.
Oh, I wonder if this might be one of the ones that runs up the Mississippi.
Yeah, Charleston's supposed to be getting one of those too.
But what?
One of those little like
river rafts.
Yeah, so they're trying to just eliminate some of the congestion, especially on some, like the bridges, like 526 and stuff. So they're doing the thing with the rail, but then they're also going to do some stuff with a boat, bringing stuff kind of around. You know, if the vessel comes into, you know, to say Wando, but they need to get over to Hugh Leatherman to be able to put it on the rail, they can just do it on a barge versus you know, putting them on trucks.
Do they already? So I see they already have like a little rail spot here. They adding on to
that's North Charleston. That's not the Hugh Leatherman. They don't have a camera system yet in Hugh Leatherman, which is where the actual rail system is. But they don't have a camera in there to pull. Those two on the top are both Wandos. They have the main gate, and then you have the back gate, the inbound gate in the back, and then you got the one for North Charleston. So those are the only three cameras currently that Charleston has. I don't know why they don't have anything for the inland port yet, or they don't have anything for Hugh Leatherman. Which one's that?
It's so crazy it's so crazy to see it dead like this. This is my favorite terminal. Everport, man. That's where all the Evergreen goes. Easiest steamship line to work with. No chassis fees.
Evergreen?
Yeah. I think you get like 7 days per container.
Yeah, I wish there was a way that they could, and I get it, right? Every carrier has, and when I say carrier, I mean steamship wise, has their own margins and whatever. But if they could simplify that and streamline like days, right? There should be a standardized, you know, because some of them are 3 days, some of them are 4, some of them are 5, some include weekends, some don't include weekends. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. And then the ones that have the shortest days, they don't want to make it easy for you to identify those days. So you got ones like CMA and some of the other ones that will, you know, they'll put their information out on eModal so you can see real quick like when the last 3 days are. But you got ones like MSC and Maersk that have some of the shortest days. and they don't put it
Yeah, I
out
think
there.
you get 3 days for out
3
gate with
days.
MSC, and then you get
Yep.
2 or 3 days for the in gate. But yeah, and then you get like OOCL. You get 7 days
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah. It's crazy how that they can't streamline that, and have them all 7, because stuff happens, and
Yeah.
and then hopefully it doesn't go into have a customs exam, because they even when it's over in customs, that ticker keeps going.
Yeah, but I wonder how that plays into cost though.
What do you
Is
mean?
OOCL more expensive because you get those days?
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
Like,
you don't know what the profit margins are and what the cost is on those that include those. I mean, because even some of these include chassis. So, like, majority of MSC containers you pull up have contracts with all the chassis pools, so like they'll get billed directly to MSC. So even though we pick up an MSC chassis, or we pick up a chassis, as soon as we put a MSC container on that, like, it's no longer being charged to us. We still get charged the $3 insurance plan that we get it daily for every chassis, but the regular chassis.
I wonder if that's across the board, because I was getting charged $45 a day down in Houston for MSC.
Well, I do know that the customer can opt out of it. So we actually, one of our customers, at beginning of it used to happen that way, but they opted out of it. So it must be when they book it, there's probably one of those small little boxes that are automatically always checked. And you can uncheck that box. It says it doesn't include chassis. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's somehow one of our customers was able to get it to where they weren't being charged for MSC. But every once in a while, one sneaks in. What do you got open now?
Oh, right here. Oh, sorry. I'm dealing with a freaking recharge.
Oh, okay.
We are on LA. Let's see. Oh, we got Long Beach Port and LA. Which one's this?
That's the rail yard. I think that's the rail yard, isn't it? For Long Beach.
I don't know. It doesn't say.
I think that if I'm not mistaken, I think that's maybe the rail yard. Is that rail?
There's rail right there, but
yeah, yeah, that's the rail.
I don't know how he has these.
Yeah, it's hard because not every one of them will allow feed. Like he's been struggling trying to get, because when he puts them in here, he has to put them in here. Some of them are just like live feed cameras, but when he puts them in here, he does them on like a 30 or 60 second refresh. So some of them, like Savannah, he still hasn't been able, even though Savannah has cameras, he hasn't been able to pull it over on the feed in here yet. So every once in a while he can get a breakthrough. Like I know he was working on Virginia there for a while and finally got the code rewritten for that one to pull it over. IT Brian, hard at work.
Yeah, he's about to have a lot of projects here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that lounge website updated. Which reminds me, it's about time to get down to some brass tacks on some Junkies merch too. Got a couple people I'm gonna be talking to help out with some new logos and stuff. I'm not gonna change it, but I kind of want to spruce it up a little bit. Get some cool stuff out there. It's a dope logo, People like it, but I just want it to be crispy. And I kind of want to talk to that dude that we met too that had that Suburban. He does like all kinds of like custom drawings and stuff. So now that we're homies, I wonder if he'd hook the boys up.
Right. Shout out to Paul too. We actually got to hang out with him this weekend, the creator of our Drayage Junkies theme song.
Yeah. Oh, Paul. Did you see his video today on LinkedIn?
No.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you got to go check it out. Back when they were doing like a lot of like media and stuff for trucking companies, dude, like he would like be dressing up as all these characters and just like full on shenanigans. It's one of the most creative dudes I've ever met. He's good at what he does too, man. I know him and Robert talking a lot about, just the production and, just little simple things to up your game. Makes it look easy. Same thing with Tex talking about those cameras, you know. You're like,
Mhm.
oh, I can do that. But no, I can't.
Yeah, no, I can't.
I can't. I'd
I just
ruin
need
every
something
single
visually
picture,
neat where I
especially.
can sit there and see it. I take too many wrong pictures before I find the right one to be able to use that kind of camera and old school film. Because
Yeah,
I will
and I'm
go
not patient enough, man. Like I was like, I don't. That's what I was talking to him about. I was like, I don't know how you don't like drive yourself crazy with wondering what these developments are gonna look like. He's like, well, I got a system now. He's like, I go home after these shows, and first day I don't do anything. I just do some stuff around the house, and then the next day I take care of some work, and then usually on Wednesdays when I'll start developing them. And I was like, not for me, man. If I take that picture, I want to know what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. One of those things. I guess you've been doing it long enough. You can kind of tell because he was even talking about like that big one he had set up. Yeah, I forgot he did have it set up on that platform, but he said when he was like taking the pictures, he was like moving it with the truck, so it has like motion blur in the background. I was like, I didn't even know you could do that with those old cameras. Like, I thought you were just like hoping to ping it right on the money.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so you'll like be able to tell that it was actually moving, not just like looking like the truck sitting on the track. So yeah, I'm excited to see what all those pictures came out to look like. But
We got time for a quick sponsor break.
Yep. Shout out to our good friend, Mr. Clint Weston over there at SureLine Capital. Be sure to reach out to him to get some of the best rates in the market and get your money straight. Sure thing with SureLine. Be sure to use code SureThing365 for your first invoice up to $2,000 for free at SureLineCapital.com, where you can call Clint direct at 801-605-8822 or email sales at SureLineCapital.com. Well, Mr. Talamo, it's been a grand time on getting the show back up and running. I think I got us a guest next week. Did you ever talk to Chris Sampson? He's buddy with Dean Hendricks and all them. Yeah, he reached out and was like, I want to get on y'all's show one of these days. I don't know if he was talking about the lounge, but I'm going to get him on the Junkies just because I did the international thing with him. And he works in, I think, like the bulk business now, like brake bulk and all that jazz. So I'm sure he probably deals with some international stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. We might have him on. We might have, I don't know who else on, but we'll have an episode 26, that's for sure. But, well, Mr. Talamo, you got any closing comments before we shut this puppy down?
No, just glad to be back, man. Like I said, the last few weeks have been it's been crazy. So glad to be back in the saddle, and love our conversations and what's happening in the drayage world. Today was a little bit different because we talked a little bit about star strikes and white lines as well. But yeah, good to be back, and appreciate everybody for tuning in.
That's right. That's pretty much all I was going to say, too. It is great to be back. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I need to get this Twitter thing figured out, or I'm just going to cancel it altogether. I don't know yet, but either way, yeah, like I said, yeah, it's great to be back, man. Decided to, get the evolution of the Drayage Junkies up and running. It is powwow season, so that's what Pedro and I call it. Kind of get ready for the new year and take advantage of these last few months of slow time and then hit the ground running come time January. So it's always fun. But if you're just now tuning in, be sure to go back, check the show out, check out all the conversations we've had. If you have any kind of input on any topics we've talked about, reach out to us. Let us know you want to come on the show. We're an open book, open door. So as always, we appreciate everybody's support. And yeah, tune in next Tuesday, same time, 12 o'clock Central. Stay safe out there. Stay junky. Keep kicking them cans. Crush them cans. We'll see y'all next.